to City Line. Don't come empty-handed. Come with a question. We've got experts here who are ready to answer them for you. Ida, you've got a question that you'd like to ask Karen. What would you like to ask her?
Karen, first of all, I'd like to thank you for having a look at my kitchen with the picture that I sent in. And I am in a little bit of a dilemma on what to do with the flooring. It's a vinyl now, and I don't know what to replace it with. I'd like to do some countertops as well as a backsplash, and I'm open to suggestion.
Well, it's a lovely big home, and the flooring that she currently has, I wasn't sure if she wanted to replace all of the flooring or just the kitchen. So I've got a few options for her, and we'll talk through budgets and price points. It's a nice big kitchen. The working triangle is great, but it does feel a little dated. The appliances look good, so we can certainly reuse those to save some money. So I put together a bit of an option with some samples for you. So, as we all know, gray is really hot right now. So I love this fabric, and one of the reasons I do is that it's a great starting point for planning your entire open concept, because it's important to think about the flow. And this one, the nice thing is it has the grays and the blues, but it also has the warm caramels and the tans. So as the trend moves away from the grays back to that warm tones, this is going to look fantastic. It'll always be a timeless piece. Then, if you wanted to, you can go in this direction, which is really fresh. Sorry, let me try that again. I picked it up from you, Trace.
I gave it to you. Let me take it back.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really fresh.
It's fresh.
Nice.
It's the grays and the whites, and so you can pair it with something like this for a backsplash. This beautiful iridescent. You can imagine how gorgeous that'll look with the valance lighting. You'll get a sparkle there, and then you could go with a gray countertop. Quartz countertops I love because they're indestructible, and you can do an undermount sink and reuse your existing faucet. Or we could go back to this palette, which is a little bit more creamy and warm, and pull some kind of really vibrant of these dark blues with it. And then we could use a countertop more like this one here. And this is beautiful quartz as well. And it actually looks very much like marble, but again, indestructible. So this one is nice too because it has the gray tone, this kind of nice veining, and then the caramel tone. So it looks fantastic. And again, timeless. And then a really fun little backsplash. You can see this one here. And when you're thinking about the backsplash, don't forget to think about grout. Because obviously with these little tiny tiles, you can imagine if I did a white grout in here or a slightly off white, it's going to be very seamless and it won't show a lot of pattern. But imagine if you did something darker, like a dark gray or a dark caramel color, it's going to really show up as texture. So don't forget about grout. Often people go out and pick their tile, but they don't pick their grout, and it can really change the look of your space.
It does.
So I think either direction is really fantastic. And if you're wanting to change out the flooring everywhere, which she has a lot of floor, and so I don't know if she necessarily wants to go that route, but something like this hardwood, you can see how lovely it looks because again, it's somewhere between the warm tones and the gray tones. So we're not going too gray because this is a big investment, and so I don't want you to pick something you're not going to love in a few years, but a nice white plank, engineered, so there's no expansion and contraction, whether you have a warm climate, cool climate. It works in every climate, which is fantastic. Or we could just replace the flooring that was in the kitchen area, that vinyl flooring, and we could even do something like the cork that Yanic showed earlier.
Yes, I was thinking about that.
Because the nice thing about the corks is that they come in every color palette nowadays, so you can actually blend it in with the existing hardwood. Because if we tried to take that vinyl out, and even if we went and got new oak and we tried to match it as best we could, it'll never be exactly the same color because that oak's has been in place for a while.
Right.
So then we'd have to sand all the original oak through the entire house and then restain and reseal. And that's like a week's worth of work, to be honest with you, by the time we coat it and it dries, and we coat it and it dries. So it's a lot of money, a lot of time. So that may not be the best.
Yeah, because with the cork flooring, you can install it, like we said earlier on the show, you can install it right on top. It's so thin.
Yes.
So it doesn't change the height of anything, really. Your countertop stays at, you know.
Which is fantastic.
Yes.
And
cool.
I mean, the vinyl will be easy to rip out because it's in an existing kitchen too, so don't worry about that at all. If you decide to do that, but go right over top is an option too.
Nice suggestions, really good.
I want to know which one she votes for. Like,
know.
are we going the fresh palette, or are we going the more creamy, warm palette?
We can't go all of the above, huh?
I'm totally excited about both. I don't know. It is such a hard choice. I think, though, for cost factor, just to go with the cork flooring, I think, instead of changing out all the hardwood, there is a lot of it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I love this side.
But it's all, I mean, we always say that when it comes to renovating. It's like you have the 1 year plan, you have the 2 year plan, you have the 3 year plan. That might be something she's looking towards, you know, in the next 5 to 10 years. But for now, she wants to make sure that the floor is the thing that's bugging her.
Yes.
We all know that you get into a certain space in your house and you're just thinking, why are you here?
Yes.
It's the floor or the lighting or the wall or the fireplace, and you're just like, I need to fix this. And then she'll get to all of that gorgeous,
It's funny,
gorgeous
and then
stuff
someone
later.
comes to your house and then they're like, Really? What's bugging you about that?
They don't
and then
get
you
it,
start
no.
questioning the
They
whole
don't get
thing. I
it.
know
Yeah.
that it's really that one thing, that bugs us sometimes.
Well, and sometimes it's just you make a small change and that's good for now. Like there is a lot of wood in her home,
Yes.
so with the
Right.
wood floors, and then the cork would be another warm element, and the wood cabinets. So she might even after that decide she wants to paint out the cabinets.
Maybe.
You know, and I
Right.
think that'll change the look again without having to spend a lot of money.
But I think it's better to do it right the first time. So if you have,
Yeah.
if you don't have like the funds or has as many funds as you would like to, keep like accumulating some more money and then do it right the first time.
Yes, I need to keep accumulating that money.
Let's accumulate money.
Where do I go to accumulate that
know.
money?
Do that.
Build it up. All right, let's go to Gail now. Gail has a question for Yanic. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Yanic. Thank you for taking my question. I've sent in pictures of my family room kitchen combination, and I just need help. I need a complete redo. So your suggestions are greatly appreciated.
Love that. You got to love to hear that from viewers. Like, she wants a complete redo.
I know. But the thing is, we only have 3 minutes to answer this question. And a
Do it
complete
all.
redo, Gail's, takes me 300 hours to do. She's got a big house. So I thought I would answer this question a little differently today.
Okay.
Let's surprise people.
Yeah, let's do
but
it.
you know, if you have any specific like ideas or question that you want, come and see me after the show. But when I hear complete redo, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's do things right.
Yeah.
Let's accumulate some money. But let's accumulate some ideas. And I'm going to let you in, Gail, into a few designer secrets. So let's take her on a little journey. First of all, what do when you don't know where to start? Because she wants a complete redo. It's a huge undertaking. So first of all, don't rush. Don't go out, buy pieces of furniture just because it's fun shopping. Shopping
Yeah.
comes last.
Yes.
Very often.
Planning first.
Get inspired. There's a huge get inspired. There's a big, huge website that people love to use. Our clients, it's called House.
Yes.
I write idea books on House. We love to inspire people. Save some pictures. Think about it. Mix like ideas together. Then I would say the floor plan. It's really important, Gail, that you address your floor plan. Do you want to take walls down? Do you want to put walls up?
Yeah.
Really wrap your mind around that. Then go into the finishes. And you know, like you want to redo your kitchen, you need backsplash, countertop, like the hard material. That would be the next step. And then always work with what the space has to offer you. Don't fight it. If you know it's not going to be possible, don't even go there or just wait longer.
Okay.
It's better to do it right. Then the furniture layout, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
And then what? Fifth?
The
go
pretty stuff?
Go shopping.
Go shopping. Yay. So she's got to start from the beginning.